And when I think about award season for the Niners, Kyle Shanahan, Coach of the Year, we have not talked about him, I don't think, in that light so far on this podcast. We talked about the Dan Campbells and the Shane Steichens and Mike McDaniels. Isn't Kyle Shanahan right now, guys, the best bet for Coach of the Year? I mean, if they're the 1 seed, he is the MVP quarterback who's the last pick of the draft from a few years ago. He's winning Coach of the Year. I don't think he's won Coach of the Year yet. And it feels like this would be his opportunity to win. I don't know what the number is today.
9-1.
9-1
yesterday.
I feel like that's the guy, right? I mean, with 4 weeks left, he has to be the guy who's going to win this award.
I don't know. Dan Campbell's still favored.
That's crazy.
How is that possible? Like
because they like him, I guess.
It's just an indicator. Like, these markets don't know. They're just throwing up a guess as to something, but he's not going to win. And then, like, I get the D'Amico Ryan's 3-1 second choice, but like, they may not make the playoffs now. Like, I bet a Houston no on the playoffs the other day. Like, if Houston doesn't make the playoffs, he's not winning Coach of the Year. I mean, Steichen, I guess, would have a chance. Maybe Stefanski might have a chance. But Kyle, if they're 14-3, like, I agree. I bet him at 10-1, and I said 9-1 was the last number that I saw. And I'd still bet 9-1 on, because I think they will win out, and I think that's definitely the best bet.
I understand the Shane Steichen, D'Amico Ryan stuff, right? Like, you know, young quarterback, backup quarterback,
more with less. You weren't expected to be anything.
But like, this is the last pick of the draft is Brock Purdy, and like, he's putting up not historic numbers, but like very good numbers. I don't know how you can make the argument that, I know Shanahan, but look, he built this team with John Lynch. Like, this is his team to be the 1 seed, to beat the Cowboys the way they did, the Eagles the way they did, and for them to finish strong. They have Baltimore, as you mentioned, Will, if they beat the 1 seed in the AFC as well on Christmas Day. Like, how does he not win it over? I get it. D'Amico Ryan and Shane Steichen might have done a quote-unquote better job with less talent, but Shanahan has done a great job with great talent. Like, to me, it feels like this award should be his if they are able to finish out with the 1 seed.
If the Texans don't get in and the Colts that don't get in, it gets wide open. Let's paint a scenario. The wild cards in the AFC are the Bills, the Browns, and let's say the Steelers. Who wins the award? Because LaFleur's out. All these feel-good stories kind of dried up last week. Now it's only 1 week, but it's late enough where it matters. Steichen, took a hit. Ryan's took a hit. So if it's Steelers, Bills, Browns, is Stefanski? Can Tomlin at 60-1 get back in the picture? I know Bear thinks I'm crazy. I think the best bet on the bet is Shanahan at 10-1. I know. But I just think, like, you're going to have to that's one thing we know. You're going to have to make the playoffs to get in. And pretty much every team in the league is 6-7 or 7-6. So, like, nobody's really out of it. Everyone's in it. It's a fascinating race. Even a guy, like, I wouldn't bet him, but a guy I haven't heard mentioned, I was just scanning the odds, and Bear, you mentioned, like, these odds are just off with Campbell. They make no sense. Todd Bowles at 50-1. Like, if you had a $10 free bet, I mean, what if Tampa won the division? Nobody was expecting that team. Again, that's just, I don't know. I don't think he's going to win, but should he be 50-1 for that kind of narrative? If none of the other feel-good stories, add up, I just don't think these numbers make sense all the time. That's all.
The problem is you get docked if you're on a good team. I mean, when was the last time Andy Reid won Coach of the Year? 2002.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
He won the AP NFL Coach of the Year in 2002. Andy Reid has continuously had that team number 1 seed, but he gets docked because he has Mahomes. And just because he has Mahomes doesn't mean he's not a tremendous coach. I mean, Andy Reid should be in the conversation. How many years should Belichick have been in the conversation for Coach of the Year? And go look at his Coach of the Year cupboard. It's almost empty. In fact, I don't even think he won Coach of the Year. I don't know, top of my head, but
they won it when they won undefeated. They won it another year. He's won it 2 or 3 times, but not as much as he should.
Okay, fine. But like, he probably should. He's probably deserving of more Coach of the Year.
Right.
It's usually, the formula is usually you take a non-playoff team to the playoffs, or you overexceed with a young quarterback. And that's sort of the formula. Last year with Brian Dable, their win total was 7. They go to the playoffs. He wins the award. So it's these guys like Shanahan and McDaniel. And here's another one. John Harbaugh is one of the best coaches we've ever seen in the NFL.
Yeah.
But he gets docked because they have a good team every year. So, I mean, I would much rather, like, it's so funny though. Who would you rather have coaching your freaking football team, John Harbaugh or Dan Campbell? It's not even a conversation. It's not.
Right. No, you're right.
Bear Bets full episodes drop twice a week right here on the Bear Bets YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to stay ahead of the odds, and let's celebrate all of our wins together.